Okay, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on a daily basis. Our question today comes from YouTube from Thomas Harrison Lord. Will VR be a key differentiator with PS5 and Xbox Series X? Will it remain a nice option to have, but not a difference maker? That's a good question. And to be honest with you, Thomas, I think that Sony, we've heard rumors that there'll be multiple SKUs of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I think that they could, in fact, offer a much more expensive PS5 that has PlayStation VR built in, and then they could also offer a less expensive one that doesn't. I would really be surprised if the specs of the cheaper unit materially differed from the more expensive unit, at least the guts. I mean, you've got to have the same microprocessor because you're not going to make two different games for the dumbed down PS5 and the smarter PS5. But if you charge, say, $800 for PS5, including PlayStation VR built in, and you've got 2 terabytes of storage and all sorts of cool, output cool features, you can maybe sell a couple million of those. But no, the answer to your question is it's not. VR is just not big yet or mass market yet. It's cool, but it's rich people cool. So it's nice to have for people who really have an extra $300-400 and don't mind spending it on a technology that doesn't have a lot of software support yet. Facebook is struggling with this with Oculus. I mean, Oculus is great, and they're saying sold out, and it's sold out because they made 1 million units. It's not sold out because they made 30 million units. So selling 1 million a year or 2 million a year or 3 million a year is not enough to make a difference at Sony. Sony, I think they said they had 5 million PSVR or something like that. So it's a really big business, but in the scheme of things, it's not a differentiator. And so if they sold 5 in the last cycle, they'll sell 10 this cycle. It's real, but not enough of a differentiator. It's going to go to the rich people who have an extra $300 or $400 and are willing to spend that for 5 games a year. And they're not going to buy all 5 games. That's the problem. Chicken and egg. Until you get an install base of 50 million virtual reality headsets, you're just not going to have Halo in VR. It's just not going to happen. And I mean, you'll get stuff like Fortnite in VR, maybe, because they're making so much money, maybe they can afford it. But I think Sony's gonna have to pay to get people to put their games in VR. Microsoft may launch with HoloLens or something, but again, really small market and really small applications. There's not a lot of content out there yet. So I don't see it as a differentiator this cycle. Good question. Thank you, fellow babies, for watching the Pachter Factor. But if you're watching on YouTube, what the hell is wrong with you? You can either be a SIFTD patron on Patreon for $2 a month, or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account, which is really easy. And let's be real, if you have YouTube, you have an Amazon Prime account. So follow the instructions below and link it. Either way, we're gonna get $2. One's gonna cost you, one's gonna cost Twitch. Either way, you get the content real time when it's released daily.